Virgo. Let me make sure this is right. There we go. Virgo, this is Friday, so we do your general on Friday. We have another general reading for you. But what I want to do is just do a little version of the general, and then we're going to get into your love reading because I've been promising you love reads and I have not been able to do them. So let's go ahead. Let's get into your reading, Virgo. Let's see what's going to come out here for you. Let's start with this deck like we did the other day. And this is for Virgo. Let's see. Okay, first card that flipped out was grounding. Excuse me. Grounding. You're being asked to ground yourself. You've been spending too much time in your head, and it's time to pay attention to your body and to the earth. Go outside and plant your feet on the ground and enjoy the centering feeling this brings. Now, usually with this could be when it says that you're not paying attention to your body. It could be things that are going on with you that you're feeling. It could be stress. It doesn't have to be anything major. It could be something that you are not taking care of as far as health-wise, or it could be stress, okay? And grounding is like you could feel all over the place. The card here literally says spending too much time in your head. And I know last time we talked about that word focusing. So maybe you're not focusing on the things that you should focus on. It kind of goes in harmony with the last reading. I remember the last reading, okay? I feel like with this grounding energy, basically you're being asked to allow the protection energy to come in, allow yourself to the flow of life, because whatever it is that you're thinking about, it is not flowing. There's something in your life that is not flowing. Okay. So I think this is, again, that grounding, focusing energy that you need to get back to. I mean, it could be because of money. It's not, it could be because of other stuff. It could be money, it could be love, it could be family issues. There could be some things in general that's putting you in this space. So that is one card. That's what it's basically saying. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's get another. Hey guys. Good morning. Let's get this for Virgo. The next card here says, let it go. Let it go. And it says you're being asked to let go of whatever pain. I think we talked about this last time. I really do. I really do. Because I think I did a pre-read and this was the card that came out. It says you're being asked to let go of whatever pain and resentment you've been holding on to. It's hurting you and you can't fully be present in your life if you're holding on to this negativity. It's time for you to release and be free, okay? Like I said before, I know for a fact that this came out in your pre-read because I wrote it down and we mentioned it in the reading. I don't want it to repeat itself, but the fact that it's saying that again, what is it that you're holding on to? Especially when it says pain and resentment. It can be because of a person. It can be because of a situation. Letting it go is an act that I feel that you guys will be doing, meaning this is an action. It's not saying that you should let it go. I feel like that is what you will be doing, okay, whether you believe it or not. And it's like let go in order for you to heal. Grounding is like a healing energy. Anything dealing with earth is healing, okay? Let's go ahead. Let's get one more since we got that one last time. We got reassess. So let's get worth. Worth is at the bottom of the deck. All right, so here you have worth. It says you're being asked to honor your worth. It can be easy to feel that we aren't good enough or worthy of happiness. This simply isn't the case. However, okay, it says you are worthy and you have inherent value. It's time to cherish yourself and see your true worth. Okay. Worthiness comes from within first, and then people see your value people see your value based on how you see yourself. So it's just like if you take pride in yourself, I'm pretty sure you guys have heard that saying before. If you take pride in yourself, then other people will respect you, right? Based on how you dress. If you smell good, they know that you're clean. That's like little attributes to your personality, but it goes way deeper than that. It goes with who you allow in your energy, who you allow in your space, your conversations, the things that you say. Okay, so worth here, it's like, make sure when you move forward, whether this is in relationships and sometimes with job offers, if you know what you're worth, you won't settle for less. Okay. And a worthy energy is something that a lot of Virgos have been struggling with, all right, for mostly love, okay, dealing with, situationships and stuff like that. So that's what I'm saying, okay? And it's time for you to move forward, because here with the let go card, it's saying that, again, it's an actionable energy about something that you need to do in order to progress, all right? Okay, all right, so we got that part. So let's go ahead. And we talked about the reassess. I was so shocked because I remember this came out. These were one of the first times I was using these cards, and I actually like that reassess card. All right, so Virgo, let's go ahead. Let's get into your love reading, because I owe you guys that. So this is the general portion of the read, because this is the Friday. Fridays we do the general portion, and I'm just going to let that be the general portion. So let's get into your love reading. This is for Virgo. Whatever is upright is upright. Whatever is reverse is reverse. Okay. You have the World in reverse. And this speaks of delays. Now, I don't read it that way, but I'm going to tell you what's on the card, and then I'll tell you what I believe that this also means. The World card in reverse is saying something isn't completed. You feel like there's a lack of success somewhere in your life, because remember, the World card upright is successful, okay? And there could be, it's not a setback card. It's not like you got a setback, right? But I feel like you're not moving the way that you want to move with this card. And this could be with romance as well, okay? This is also dealing with people on and off, constantly on and off, because the World card and the upright would mean completion and closures. So I feel like you guys have not closed a chapter, which is what we just talked about with that whole letting go, right? We just talked about that. I don't think that you guys have closed a chapter or closed a door to somebody. And with that World card in reverse, like, yeah, no, you haven't. This cycle is still remaining. This is a cycle that's still here, okay, in relationships for a lot of you. Or this is something you may struggle with in the future. Let's say you're not dating anyone, you're not talking to anyone, anything like that. With the World card, it could be like this is a ring around the rosy energy, meaning this is something that's going to hang around for a while, okay? So just something to think about. And usually with this is a very slow moving relationship, a slow moving person. Maybe this person isn't, emotionally available. It could be something like that. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's keep going. This is for Virgo. This is how it came out. You had the Ace of Cups in reverse. Right now, you're being asked to take care of yourself. The Ace of Cups is in reverse. It's in reverse. It's the same thing as the Worth card. This one talks about holding back and repression. Okay, I'm not saying that you're not experiencing that, but again, I'll tell you what's here, and then I'll tell you what this means to me. Ace of Cups in reverse is very much so you, and what's happening to you and what's not happening. Maybe a love situation that you thought was going to work out doesn't work out. Because remember, an Ace of Cups is an opportunity for love. But if it's in reverse, it's kind of like, oh man, it's a little disappointing. Same thing it says here with the World card. Little disappointment that you could be expressing. I do feel like there are some deep emotions that you could have for someone. But again, like I said before, I just feel like self-love needs to be practiced in order for you to experience something new or something real. And for a lot of you, you've been dealing with someone or holding on to someone that isn't ready, or they're not going to give you what you are asking for or desiring at this time. Okay? I feel like there's a secret admirer. This is not all bad, okay? I do believe that there's a secret admirer in your reading because part of the Ace of Cups is a love opportunity, but the person isn't expressing themselves. They're not really coming out telling you about how they feel or even if they like you. Now, some of you will be experiencing that as well. So I do feel like there's like more so secret admirer on the good end, okay, of this whole holding back thing, okay? But if you're in relationships or connections, I do feel like there's some deception or someone or the relationship in general is very sneaky, okay? Let's go ahead. This is for Virgo. Nine of Wands in the reverse. I love the fact that this card says something isn't worth it, not worth it. Because I really didn't, when it comes out of Nine of Wands, I mean, it's you're not holding on to something. That's a good energy. Nine of Wands in reverse is a good energy because it's not anything that is weighing you down. It is almost, yeah, it's like it is almost giving up. It's like giving up, which is the reason why. But the reason why is because this is not worth it. It's not worth holding on to, right? Which is in harmony with the let go card, basically. So I really do see that with the Nine of Wands, at least it's a good card that actually came out reverse. I see that it is a retreating, like it says, because you are not putting effort into this anymore. Nine of Wands is like, I'm tired. I'm tired of how you're making me feel. I'm tired of this situation. I'm tired of being at this place and, battling with you, right? Because it has battles at the top. I'm tired of battling with you. This is becoming too much, okay? So you may say that the relationship isn't worth it. It makes so much sense the reason why the Nine of Wands will be in reverse. Okay, I told you the let go card is something you will be doing. And again, these cards are saying why. Now it's time for you to be like, I'm not about to hold on to, I'm not Superman, I'm not Superwoman. The Nine of Wands in the upright is like Superman, Superwoman. And you're like, I'm not that. You used to be, but you're not there anymore. And you don't even feel like it's necessarily even worth the effort at this point. Now, I do believe the reason why you guys held on so much, or the reason why you were, um, I guess, battling passions emotionally, trying not to let it go, is because some of you felt this kinship with this person, or you felt like they were different from the others that you had you've been with in the past. It's something about this person that feels a little bit that you believe that they were different. Okay. And it could be a karmic thing. Yes, it could be a soulmate, but that's what I see. Okay. Let's go ahead. Let's get your last card in this row for Virgo. You have the Empress in the reverse, which talks about you. This is crazy. Pay attention to your body. Same thing here. Is someone drinking? I feel like there could be something that someone is doing that is that can cause more harm than good in the future. I mean, I feel like it's doing it now, to be honest. The Ace of Cups is there. I didn't catch that until just now. Paying attention to your body came out twice. And I'm like, why is that in the love reading? Okay, so let's say you're not getting what you want. You're not happy, okay? There are dependence issues, dependency issues that could occur when you're not getting what you want. Um, it could be drinking. It could be other vices that you guys have. All right. In order to escape how you feel. That's what I see that means. Okay. You remember, again, like I said before, the focusing and the grounding energy, that's the problem. It has been an imbalance, not just with your relationship, but it's affecting you. It's affecting you, who you are as a person. So I do believe there are things that you are neglecting. You're being neglectful of yourself because of love. And that could be, again, like I said, drinking, whatever other, other vices that you guys may have. Okay. That's what I'm seeing with that Empress card. Let's see. Let's see what the second row has to say. You have the 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. Some of you have been in long-term committed relationships. And it is crazy because that's hitting the World card in reverse. So if you are married or if you've been dealing with someone long-term, maybe that's the reason why you can't close the chapter, because there's attachments, there's things that are these contracts that you have with this person, even karmic contracts, is not completed yet. Okay. But I feel like this has something to do with family, meaning you have children with this person. This is someone that you could be married to, or even if you're not married, it's like a marriage because you've been with them for a long time. So I am seeing something like that. This is the reason why there is a lack of closure, okay, in this connection. I do believe that there has been, with this one, feud. There could be a fighting here. There's someone that is very moody. So let's say, either the wife is moody, the husband is moody, causing mood swings. Okay, and that's the reason why the relationship is not cohesive. That's the problem. That's the reason why there is this lack of togetherness. Okay, because of someone's emotions. It does feel like someone, again, I think I said this before, emotionally unavailable. And that doesn't always happen with just single people. I feel like that happens with people too who are in marriages, who are in connections. Okay? Single people, let me talk to you for a second. You think that I'm avoiding you. I am not. Okay? Let me talk to you. Let me tell you what's happening here. For you, I think that it's been you, right? It's just been you working, the monotony of life, okay? And I do feel like for you, that chapter is going to close for you. Meaning you are going to be dating someone, because the King of Wands came out at the bottom of the deck, actually. That's what made me think about you. You're going to be dating, okay? So it's going to get you out of the monotony because the 10 of Pentacles is in reverse. I actually really like that one for you. It's not so much for the people who are in a committed relationship, but for you, it's the opposite. Okay? It's like it's just been work, going to the gym, running errands. It's been all of those things that you've been used to. The 10 of Pentacles to me is like that energy. Okay? And it could have been a while. A lot of you could have been like single for a very long time too, okay? But this is the opposite of it. So I love this for the single people, especially with the King of Wands. Love it. But it's been some delays, okay? We talked about the delay with the World card. You're kind of like, this is, what in the world? Like, what's been happening, right? It's been stagnant. There has not been love in your life. You're like, what the hell is going on? So that was a beautiful card to see for the single people. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's keep going. Temperance card in the upright. There's going to be a fresh start for any Virgo. It doesn't matter if you are in a long term, if you've been dealing with people back and forth, like someone that you've been knowing. It, you know, with this reading, it is a fresh start, period, for you. We talked about that earlier, and I said that this is the let go card. It's not a suggestion. It is what's going to happen because it's time. Okay. So it's like from dark to light, where you guys have been feeling like you don't know where your love life is headed. You don't know where your relationship is going. It doesn't matter. No matter what is happening with you, single or coupled, it's something, this is going to be a fresh start. I see where it's like it's been a problem with getting things, you know, to jumpstart. The world card in reverse was the issue. The lack of, meaning constantly staying in this cycle because it's just too hard to let go. Or like I said, the single Virgos, you're just like, okay, I'm waiting. That's the waiting energy too, right? Almost like the hangman. Now it's time. Okay, now something is about to blossom, something is about to bloom. Okay. The Temperance card literally says union of opposites. You and this person may be different. It could be different race, different ages, different cultures, but it is a balanced connection. This is exactly what we were talking about, right? Like we were just saying how you guys have been in the opposite. You guys have not been experiencing the balancing. Okay. So I do see light at the end of the tunnel. If you wanted to say it that way, there's going to be light at the end of the tunnel. For a few of you, this could be someone who wants, I mean, I'll say it this way. I feel like it's a new love, but it could be an old love. And I mean, old love interest. Okay, interest. Meaning somebody that you haven't talked to in years. Okay, that could be trying to come back up in your life. This could be someone who, you know, you disconnected with for whatever reason, whether weeks ago, months ago, or years ago. Okay. So it would be almost like a new love that isn't new. Okay. But temper yourself. Okay, because the Ace of Cups is like, you can drown in these emotions. Meaning this could be deep. This could be a deep, deep type of situation with you. And this is what you've been waiting for. Because Temperance is also a waiting card too. All right, let's see. This is for Virgo. Okay, that hit my hand, but it fell upright. I think we're going back and forth here. And it happens all the time in the reading. Those who aren't free to love who they want to love, those who are not free yet will be free. The Eight of Cups in the upright landed on the Nine of Wands in the reverse. Remember, I said this is not worth it. What is the Eight of Cups basically saying? Letting go, time to move on. I'm emotionally unfulfilled. Same thing. Perfect. You know, you can have resentment with this type of energy. We talked about pain and resentment, not just about the letting go thing, but it was painful. There's resentment there. Like it's almost like I can't love you anymore. Like it's been so much pain. It's been so much hurt. I can't love you the way that you want me to love you. Feel that. You can love the person, but you can fall out of love with the person. So there's an ending here. A walking away. All right. You just don't have you just don't have the will, the drive maybe even the desire anymore. Okay, when it comes down to this connection that you guys are walking away from. Last one. You have the Two of Swords in the reverse. That is a good thing, actually, because the upright talks about unclear. You are very much so clear about what you want. You're taking a stand. You're making a stand. You're not going to allow a person, I'll say it this way. Sometimes the reason why it's hard to walk away is because there's the other person is like, oh, I don't want you to leave. I don't want you to go. They're pulling on your energy, always calling. They're doing stuff like that, right? And you've been in relationships before. You already know how it works, right? You're like, no, I'm not going to keep falling for this. I'm not going to keep falling for these games. I'm not going to keep falling, whatever, right? So the Two of Swords is like, this is my decision. This is my decision to do this. And on here it says a clear warning hitting the Empress, because we already talked about what you are neglecting with yourself. If you don't get away from this. Now, I'm hoping that there's nobody abusive, okay? And that you guys deal with, because again, body could be, and I don't talk about this on the channel because I don't want to get flagged, but like it could be someone who could be abusive. So you see the Two of Swords in the reverse is like, I was here for whatever reason and I couldn't leave before. I didn't know what to do. This is like you went in and you're like, no. I'm not going to back down with how I feel. I need to get out of here, especially with something like that, man. And then usually with that, you have a plan to get away. You have a plan to leave. You have a plan to like not be in this situation physically with your person. Okay. But I would hate, I don't really get into that because it's like, that's pretty, I don't have that's not my wheelhouse to be dealing with, and plus that can be kind of sad to see. Let's get your oracles and we're going to end this for Virgo. Feelings, even though I think that came out here, but that's okay. Karmic, what we just talked about. Sweet talk. Before I get the last card, remember when I said that I feel like you're going to have deep feelings for someone, or it can feel overwhelming? Okay, that's the feeling card. That's like, I'm not saying that people who are in connections don't have feelings, right? But I'm saying with this one is sweet. Meaning I don't see a history here. I don't see where there has been hard feelings at all. I feel like there's just feelings for someone. You're developing feelings for somebody. Especially with the rose. Yes, that's what I feel. We talked about the karmic situation, right? Where you feel the reason why it's hard for you to walk away is because you may feel like you have a karmic tie. And the reason why it wasn't over yet was because the contract wasn't over yet. We just talked about that, right? A lot of you are in that place where you're trying to figure out, why can't I leave this alone? Why can't I walk away? Usually this is also your soul too. Maybe something you're refusing to see, because part of that Ace of Cups in reverse is like you are refusing to really let out your emotions and feelings, to just see reality for what it is. Really believe this is a new person, but it says don't allow them to sweet talk you back, right? So it doesn't always have to be for new people, but I feel like it could be for both, especially for those who are dating or whatever. But remember, we said that you're going to stand your ground, because a person to try to get you back in, they can get you back in if they know how to sweet talk you, good enough, right? But in a good light, I feel like this will be someone that you guys will meet that you'll really dig. Okay, someone that you find very charming. Okay, with that sweet talk card. Let's get your last one, and this is for Virgo. Love, hate. Ah, look at this. Look at this, y'all, at the bottom of the deck. I'm about to show you. These cards are relatively new. I don't know all of them here. But look at what's at the bottom of the deck. Sex addiction. Okay. Now, I think we talked about, oh, my nail is chipped again. Lord have mercy. Okay. I didn't just not noticing that. What did we say? Listening to your body, and like I said, other vices, and I always mention sex addiction because that's not necessarily what people think. It does not mean that you're addicted to sex. Some people are. It doesn't mean that though, for the most part. Okay, so we're saying alcohol and other vices. Part of that is what I was thinking was sex. Okay, how can sex be a vice? If you're stressed, if you're sad about something, right? We just said that a lot of you could be feeling unfulfilled in your marriage, in your connection. That's the coping mechanism for the problems that you've been having. And I'm not saying all Virgos, okay? Please. No, I'm just not saying that. But this is coming out a lot. So it is neglectful. Okay? And I don't know why I feel like that would be more so the divine masculine that could be doing that, right? You're not tender on yourself. Part of the Empress card is the feminine energy, and the feminine energy is taking care of you. But it's like you're beating yourself up, okay? So I'm not saying it couldn't happen with the divine feminine, but I'm just saying the divine masculine tends to move in an area more than most, okay? Where they neglect themselves, they don't think about themselves, they don't go to the doctor, that type of stuff too, right? So because you're in this swinging relationship, this love-hate relationship, there is just things that some of you guys could be doing to keep yourself not feeling this sadness that you guys could be having, okay? But that is what I have for you here, Virgo. Thank you guys so much for coming back to my channel. If you guys are new, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. I have to tell you guys, I'm going to stop doing personal readings until July, okay? Because I still have so many that I have to complete. Like today, I have too many that I have to do right now. And I'm just too off. I'm not doing enough YouTube, and it's just taking me all out of my schedule. So I'm going to make sure I say that. If you guys are interested in a reading, you can at least do it for July, but it won't be anymore in June. Okay. All right. Thank you guys. I will see you guys back here.